The original run of Ninjago from 2011 to 2013 is considered by some to be the peak era of Ninjago in terms of sets. So in this video, I'm going to be ranking all 36 sets that we got in this era, including the pilots, Season 1, and Season 2, so make sure to stick around until number 1. Starting off with number 36, in this spot I have the Ninja Training Outpost. Now, just because I put this set last doesn't mean I actually hate this set. In fact, I think this set is alright. It's just that this set for $5 is a little bit small and it can't really compete with any of the other bigger sets that we're going to be seeing later on, which is why it's so low, but I think for $5, it's a pretty decent set. It comes with a nice Cole minifigure. Going on to number 35, in this spot I have the Ninja Ambush, and this set's another similar case. This one's slightly bigger for $7, and this one's also a bit better because it comes with 2 minifigures this time around, coming with a Skullkin to fight Kai. And overall, again, this set's another okay set for $7, but not all that great compared to other sets that we're going to be seeing. Going on to number 34, in this spot I have the Skeleton Bowling set. Now personally, I just never got this set. I never understood the concept. I just think it's a lot more better when sets include more minifigures, and I know that the spinners were a big part of the first Ninjago wave, but personally, I feel like this set should have included more minifigures. I feel like just having that Jay with his spinner knocking around some training dummies isn't enough, especially because this set is $30. I really would have loved to see maybe an additional Skullkin. As it stands, I'm just not a big fan of this set. Going on to number 33, here we have another similar case. We have the Mountain Shrine set. This set came with Kai and his spinner and another training dummy, and I don't count those training dummies as minifigures, so to me, this set's $20 and it only comes with 1 minifigure, which, again, yeah, it's disappointing. If you guys owned this set as a kid, let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below, because personally, I just find it a little bit boring because of the lack of minifigures, but who knows, it might actually be really fun. You guys are gonna have to let me know down in the comments below. Moving on to number 32, in this spot I have the Venomari Shrine. This one's similar to the first 2 sets that we saw, but I like this one a lot more because it comes with the ZX version of Zane. The ZX suits are some of my favorite suits of all time, and I know that I would have definitely appreciated as a kid to get Zane ZX for only $7. Other than that, it is a pretty mediocre set. I mean, it's only $7, what do you expect? It comes with this nice shrine build, and it's also a nice way to get the Serpentine Staff, which I believe was the collectible this season. It might have been the Fang Blades, but I do like the Serpentine Staff included in this set. Going on to number 31, we have the Fang Pyromech, and for the longest time, I've just been confused by this set. I never fully understood its purpose. It never showed up in this show like most of the other sets in this wave, and I just don't think it was all that appealing. I think it was definitely disappointing that they chose to include Kendo Cole instead of the regular ZX Cole, because ZX Cole is a way better minifigure in my opinion. Again, I don't really know what to think of this mech. It's definitely a bit chunky, it's a bit bulky, but I do like the way the head looks at least, and Feng Sui I guess is a nice inclusion, though I don't know why he has a banana. Moving on to number 30, in this spot I have the Spinner Battle Arena. Now, not gonna lie, this set does look like a lot of fun. It comes with 2 opposing spinners that you can battle, and I imagine that a lot of kids had fun battling these spinners against each other, but my main problem with this set is I wish it just came with more minifigures. It's $40 and it only comes with 2 minifigures. That is because they chose to include the spinners, but that being said, it's $40. I felt like they should have at least included 3 to 4 minifigures, but not counting that, I think this set's a really fun one to pick up, and I imagine a lot of kids had fun with it. Now at number 29, here I have the Ninjago Battle Arena. This one's similar to the Spinner Battle Arena in the sense that it comes with 2 spinners, and it's essentially a big battle arena where you can battle these spinners together. This one I think is more fun than the last one because it has like this ball shooter which you can use to shoot at the spinners. Also, it comes with a bunch of weapons which you can swap out for the weapons that the characters are holding. I think all of those things are fun. Again, it's definitely lacking in the minifigure department. $50 with only 2 minifigures is quite disappointing. But overall, again, I think this set's another fun one. Going on to number 28, here I have the Blacksmith Shop, and this one, it's a cute little set for $20. It comes with 2 nice minifigures. You get Kai and you get Cruncha, who I think was one of the better Skullkin. I also like the build in the corner. It's small, it's not too impressive, but I think it's a nice play area where you can pose minifigures, and I think it does have some fun features, so overall, this set's alright. Going on to number 27, here I have Lasha's Bike Cycle. I'm a big fan of bikes in Ninjago because a lot of the time they're pretty creative and unique, and this one has to be one of the most special bikes we've gotten just because of that big snake head out the front. I love the construction techniques they did, especially to make that eye area, how it has that red ball going around to represent the eyeball. That's definitely nice. Overall, the general sculpting around the face was also done really well. I also like the snake tail out the back, but this bike does have some major problems with how it looks, just because, especially if you look at it from the side, there's a whole lot of gray which really doesn't mesh well with the otherwise green color scheme of this bike. Overall, $25 I think was alright for this set, especially considering it comes with two minifigures. You get that Lasha and that amazing ZX Cole, who's one of my favorite Cole suits of all time. So overall, I think this set's a pretty okay one. Going on to number 26, we have another bike. This time, it's the Skull Motor bike. This bike, I think, is even more unique than the last one we saw. I just love the design it has with those rods sticking out with the wheel in the front. The Skulkin heads that were on all of these vehicles, I think those were really fun, and no exception right here. I love how the Skulkin head looks on the front of this bike. It's $20. It came with two minifigures. I think that was a good deal. Jay and the Skulkin. Again, this set's another alright set that would have been nice to get as a kid. Going on to number 25, we have yet another bike. This time it's the Warrior bike from season 2. Again, I like the way the bike looks. It's not really even a bike if you think about it, because it has those two wheels in the back and the big tread in the front. That's definitely one of the most unique looks that we've ever seen for a bike in Ninjago. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say on this set. It's yet another ordinary set that ticks all the boxes for its price, but by no means is it revolutionary or outstanding in any way. Going on to number 24, here I have Knuckles ATV, and the Skulkin vehicles, I have to give them that, have been some of the most creative vehicles we've ever seen, and this one is no exception. It's one of the most goofiest, like, four-wheeled vehicles that we've seen in Ninjago, but I kind of like the way it looks. Again, it's not perfect, and by some angles it does look kind of weird, but, I mean, points for creativity. I think it definitely does look decent from most angles. Also, two minifigures I think is alright, especially because we get that awesome Skulkin with those awesome head mold. I just love those original Skulkin personally. Overall, for a creative vehicle, I gotta say this one's not bad. Speaking of creative vehicles, at number 23, here we have Cole's Earth Driller, basically a car which they stuck a big drill to at the front. And this one looks really good if you don't look at it from the back. I mean, honestly, just looking at it from the back, it does look kind of ugly, but I mean, the front part with the drill, that does look really good, and I like the play feature, how when you roll this car, it makes the drill at the front spin. This is a set that I always wanted as a kid, and it's definitely a pretty good set at that. Two minifigures is definitely fair for $20, so I'm a pretty big fan of this set. It's just that I wish they could have made the back a little bit better. Going on to number 22, here we have the Spinjitzu Dojo, and this one was the original monastery of Spinjitzu. I guess they didn't really have the budget to make a big monastery of Spinjitzu, so this is kind of what we had for until Ninjago Legacy in 2019, so almost 8 years. This one I think is a solid set. It comes with 3 minifigures for $50. It's basically a big wall, which comes with these like little training courses that you can use. This one's a set that I would have had so much fun with as a kid, because there's so many possibilities for play, especially because you have that spinner, you have the villain Skulkin, and you have all those training courses. Definitely a great set. Personally, I would love to see more sets like this in the future. Now going on to number 21, here we have Jay Stormfighter. Usually whenever they've made jets in Ninjago, they've knocked it out of the water, and this one's no exception. I just really like the way the jet looks, especially that feature where you can spread the wings, and I especially like all those little lightning bolts that are going throughout the jet. I think it really fits Jay's element and his personality. There are 2 minifigures in this set, JZX and Snappa, which is a pretty average minifigure selection for $25, so again, this one's a solid set for kids. I really liked it. Finally, into the top 20, here I have Kai's Blade Cycle. Now, as a bike, this bike isn't all that creative or unique, but at the same time, I like the way it looks. It has a feature where you can kind of spread out the swords on the sides, which it's not amazing, but it's something for kids. The reason that I put this set kind of high is that it's a set that I really think that I would have gotten as a kid, because it's $15, it comes with 2 minifigures, it comes with the Hypnobrai staff, so overall a solid one all around. Going on to number 19, here we have the Turbo Shredder, another one of the Skulkin vehicles. This one's really nice. I love the play feature, especially with the mouth. As you roll this set along the ground, it kind of opens and closes the skeleton mouth at the front to kind of give the impression that this vehicle is eating minifigures. That's a feature that I loved as a kid. Also comes with 3 minifigures for $30. Nothing out of the ordinary, but just because that vehicle has such a cool like minifigure gobbling feature, I'm gonna put it up here at number 19. Going on to number 18, the halfway point of our list, here we have the Garmatron. I feel like the Garmatron gets a lot of unnecessary hate, which I've never really gotten. Personally, I don't think it's a great set, but I don't think it's a terrible set either. I think it looks quite alright from most angles. I like the space you have up in the cockpit, and I also like the use of the treads and that big like shooter thingy down in the bottom. It comes with 3 minifigures for $40, which is alright. I especially like General Kozu. I mean, it's not the best of Ninjago sets, but again, I think it's an alright one. Here at number 17, I have the Rattlecopter. This one's just a really nice looking helicopter in my opinion. I love the choice to make like the front part of the helicopter an actual snake head. I think that was some really creative piece usage to make that happen. Also, the tail of this helicopter is like an actual snake tail. That's a nice touch. Comes with 3 minifigures, and Lloyd is definitely the highlight in terms of the minifigure department. So overall, another really solid set all around. Going on to number 16, here I have Cole's Tread Assault. This one by itself isn't all that great, but it's really elevated by that Scales minifigure. In fact, that's probably the only reason why I actually wanted this set as a kid, because that Scales minifigure in a $40 set is an absolute steal. By itself, the Tread Assault isn't all that amazing. I mean, it's a decent looking car. It has the feature where you can flip it over and it's like a snake car now. I don't think it looks particularly great in snake mode, but I think it's an alright car, and just because of Scales, I think this set is going to be here at number 16. Going on to number 15, I have the Ice Dragon Attack. And the Ice Dragon Attack, this one's one of the 4 original Ninjago dragons, so obviously I have a lot of nostalgia for it. And I mean, it's just iconic. You gotta love the original dragon heads, the wings, the just general dragon building style. I don't know, something about this dragon is just really reminiscent of the original season, so I think it's really nice, which is why it's here at number 15. Going on to number 14, we have yet another dragon. This one's the Earth Dragon Defense. This one's a little bit better than the Ice Dragon in my opinion, just because it's a little bit bigger. I like the head mold being unique, and the general color scheme is also nice. I didn't think they would really use green on this dragon, but it surprisingly worked out well. Also, the general design of this dragon makes it look really rocky and bulky, which makes sense, it is an Earth Dragon. So yeah, this has to be one of the best Ninjago dragons that we had gotten back in 2011. Next up, moving on to number 13 though, here we have Kai's Fire Mech, and this one's only this high up for one reason and one reason only, and that is the mech itself. This has to be one of the best, no, probably the best Ninjago mech that we've gotten at this scale still to this day. This mech just looks so clean, especially with those shoulder pads, the way they did the armor on the feet and the hands. The minifigure selection's also good, 2 minifigures. So overall, this one's just a really nice one for $10, and I really like it, which is why it's going to be this high. Going on to number 12, in this spot I put the Destiny's Bounty. Now this might be the hottest take of the video, but personally I'm just not a big fan of the earlier Destiny's Bounties. Even the one in Possession, I feel like they just really didn't have the pieces to make it look good. The build just in general looks really flat, and especially the area where the ninja is supposed to live, it's just open, and overall, I feel like this set could have benefited a lot by just being a little bit bigger. Also, the play feature with the thrusters isn't all that great, but the play feature with the wings is really nice. I think that the minifigures do carry this set. We get Scales and Garmadon in this set, so that's definitely a huge plus, but overall, I just never really liked this bounty, which is why this set is going to be at this spot. Now moving just outside of the top 10, here I have the Samurai X mech. This one's withstood the test of time really well, and it's iconic for a reason. It's a phenomenal looking mech. There isn't really anything I don't like about this mech. Everything they did was done really well, like the hands, the chest, the head area. The minifigure selection in this set is also pretty decent, so yeah, no doubt this set is going to be really close to the top 10. Now entering the top 10, here we have the Skull Truck, and Man, what a truck. Honestly, this has to be one of the best trucks that we've gotten in Ninjago. Probably the best truck that we've ever gotten in Ninjago. It looks so bulky with the wheels, with the giant skull face. The skull face can move its bottom jaw up and down to again make it look like it's eating minifigures. It comes with Garmadon, who was the main villain back in 2011. So a pretty good minifigure selection coming with 3 other minifigures. This truck just looks so bulky and I cannot get over it. I love the way it looks, which is why this set is going to be in the top 10. Going on to number 9, we have the Fangpire Wrecking Ball. It's been almost 13 years since this set's come out, I think, and still I have yet to see another set as creative and as wacky as this one. This one is creative, it's wacky, it's goofy, and I mean all of that in the best way possible. A wrecking ball vehicle in Ninjago is something I never thought I'd see, and yet here we are. And not only that, it was done really well too. Again, I love the snake head at the front. It's a common motif throughout all of these snake vehicles. The minifigure selection is also really good. We get Fang Dam and Lloyd. But man, again, this was another one which I just can't get over the build. The build just looks so nice, which is why this set is fully deserving of the number 9 spot. Going on to number 8, here we have the Temple of Light, and this one's a pretty interesting set. The mech I think is the best part of this build, just because the white and the gold blend together so well, and Lloyd in this mech just looks so nice as well. The temple by itself isn't all that impressive. It has walls which can kind of close around, which does make for a pretty fun play experience, but overall it's just placed to pose minifigures, so not too much to say on it. The mech and the temple I think work really well together, so that we actually have a full feeling set. And the minifigure selection isn't lackluster either. You get Lloyd in his golden suit, you get Wu, you get Garmadon, who's possessed by the Overlord, so a really nice set overall. I think this one was a nice one to pick up for $70. Number 7, we have one of my favorite sets as a kid, the Golden Dragon. Wow, this set, again, it just ticks all the boxes. It's a great value for $30. Comes with a pretty sizable dragon. Speaking about the dragon, it looks amazing. An all golden dragon, the amazing head, not to mention the great minifigure selection with Golden Lloyd pretty much carrying the set, not to mention 2 other stone warriors. This one is a set that pretty much every Ninjago fan had back in 2013, and for good reason. I mean, it's probably the most important dragon from season 2. Going on to number 6, in this spot, I decided to put the Fangpire Truck Ambush, and this one again, it's just another perfect set. For $50, you get a pretty sizable truck, which is really fun to play with in my opinion, and you also get this side snowmobile for Zane, which can go up against this truck. The minifigure selection is also spot on. You get 2 ninja, again ZX Ninja are some of the best ninja we've ever gotten, plus you get Fang Tom and Fang Dam, who are 2 of the best Serpentine that we've gotten. They both look amazing with that double head mold. So yeah, it is genuinely amazing. Now entering the top 5, here I have the Lightning Dragon battle from the pilots. This was probably the best Ninjago dragon until the Ultra Dragon. Don't worry, we're going to talk about that soon enough. This dragon just looks amazing. I love the wings, I love the head mold, I love the general color scheme as well. It uses like a lighter blue and a darker blue, which nowadays Jade normally uses more of like a darker blue and like a yellowish to represent lightning. I like the Skulkin helicopter. That one's a nice inclusion in this set. And the minifigure selection's also pretty solid. You get Jay and you also get Master Wu. So overall, not too many complaints I have for this set. This one's another pretty much perfect set all around. Going on to number 4 now, we have another amazing set. We have the Ultrasonic Raider. This set as a concept is just so cool, a set that can split up into 4 smaller vehicles. They've tried it so many times ever since this set, but I don't think they've ever really gotten the same charm that this set had. This set just looks so nice. I love the cockpit pieces that they used in the front. It gives this set such a smooth look. The treads are nice, the big wheels in the back are nice. Not to mention when this set is split up, all 4 parts look nice. Except for the main build, but I mean, there's not really much you can do about that. So overall, the build on this set is pretty fantastic, and the minifigure selection complement that really well. It comes with Pythor and it comes with all of the ninjas, so if you got only this set, you had pretty much most of the minifigures that you're going to need for this season. So again, I love that. This set's fantastic. Definitely number 4. Going on to number 3 now, we have Garmadon's Dark Fortress. This might just be me, but I love how much this set looks like an actual castle. It just has such a daunting and intimidating look, especially you can see with that skulking spider out the front, which can attach to the castle. This set just really fits the vibes of the underworld well, and it has such a creepy and intimidating look. Not to mention the minifigure selection is also really good. You get Nia, you get Samukai, you get Garmadon, you get Kai. All of these minifigures are great. This one's an excellent display set, but it's also a great play set. You have a bunch of play features. So again, not too many things wrong with this set. This is a set that I would really love to pick up someday because I think it would just look so nice. Speaking of sets that look nice, at number 2, we have the Fire Temple. Despite coming out nearly 14 years ago, this I think still has to be one of like the 20 best Ninjago sets of all time, just because that temple looks so nice. Also, it comes with the Fire Dragon. The dragons, again, like I said, are so iconic and so amazing, so that definitely adds to this set. The Fire Temple itself looks really beautiful, and yet again, they didn't shy away from the minifigure selection. You get Wu, you get Kai, you get Garmadon, you get Nia, you get Skulkin. Again, I mean, it's just a good set all around. It's not a good set, it's a great set all around. Phenomenal, it's firing from all cylinders. Definitely number 2. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, the best set from the OG Ninjago era, hands down, has to be the Epic Dragon Battle. This set lives up to its name. It is quite epic in my opinion. It's a combination of all 4 of the original dragons, and all 4 of those dragons were already great by themselves, so this just makes this dragon even better. I love the color scheme with the transparent green and the white and the black. I will say that the gray feels a little bit out of place, but it's not too bad. This set also comes with like a bunch of side builds. It comes with the Great Devourer, so you can actually have a battle between the dragon and the Great Devourer. It also comes with like a prison to keep Master Wu. The minifigure selection yet again is absolutely phenomenal. You get Acidicus and Scalador, which are both exclusive and both are amazing. You also get the Green Ninja, who was kind of rare back in the day, and you also get Master Wu and Garmadon. So overall, this set was a little bit expensive for $120, especially considering that's around $170 in today's money, but they did pretty much everything they could to justify that price. So there's no doubt that this set has to be one of the best Ninjago sets of all time. But that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure to let me know what you think are the best sets from this era down in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, then I'm sure you enjoyed this video where I ranked all the Ninjago sets from Dragons Rising, so make sure to check that one out. And other than that, I'll see you in the next one.